Have you ever found yourself just pausing for a second before you send an email, or maybe before speaking up in a meeting, wondering, okay, is this person a coworker or is colleague the right word here?
Oh, absolutely. It seems like such a small thing, doesn't it? But that little choice, that hesitation, it can actually say quite a bit about your professional awareness.
It really does. And it's not just about vocabulary, is it? It's more about the nuance, the tone.
Exactly. It's about understanding those subtle layers in professional relationships. And our sources really highlight how picking the right word can, well, instantly make you sound more precise, more professional.
Right. And that's precisely what we're jumping into in this deep dive. We're going to unpack that difference between coworker and colleague, a confusion that trips up a lot of people. Our goal really is for you, the listener, to walk away feeling totally confident using these words correctly, no matter the situation.
Because, as we'll explore, getting this right can seriously elevate your professional presence. It's a quick win.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Let's get to the core difference. When we talk about a coworker, that's mostly about where you work, right? Shared space.
That's the main idea, yeah. The definition we're looking at describes a coworker as someone who works with you in the same company or organization. Mm. So think shared employer. Same logo on the paycheck, basically. They might be on your team, or maybe they're over in finance or, HR.
But the link is the company itself.
Precisely. The common factor is the organization. Now, flip that coin to colleague. Here, the focus shifts. A colleague is defined as someone in the same profession, field, or industry. And crucially, like the source says, not always in the same company.
Ah, okay, so they could work somewhere completely different.
Absolutely. Maybe even a competitor. What connects you as colleagues is the type of work you do, your shared profession or field. So the thinking shifts to, we're both in marketing, or we're both teachers, even if we work miles apart.
That really clears it up. Coworker, same company. Colleague, same profession.
Exactly. And there's a great little memory trick, kind of a mantra from the source to help lock this in.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
It's simple. Coworker equals same workplace. Colleague equals same profession.
I like that.
Or even punchier. Coworkers share a company. Colleagues share a career.
Coworkers share a company. Colleagues share a career. Yeah, that's catchy. That helps it stick.
It really does. Maybe some real-life examples would help make it even clearer.
Definitely. Let's paint a picture.
Okay, imagine you're, say, a software engineer at a tech company. You've got a team of 5 people.
Right.
All 5 work for the same company, so they're all your coworkers. Simple enough.
Makes sense.
But maybe you're the only software engineer on that specific team. The others are, I don't know, project managers, QA testers.
Right.
In that case, only other software engineers, maybe in different departments, maybe even at other tech companies you network with, would be your colleagues.
Ah, I see. So you'd say something like, my coworker Anna works in HR.
Perfect. But you wouldn't usually say, Anna's my colleague, unless, by some chance, she also happened to be a software engineer.
Got it. The shared profession is missing there.
Exactly. Or think about a teacher. Let's say she works at school A.
Okay.
She goes to a big workshop, maybe district-wide. Teachers from school B, school C are there.
Right. Happens all the time.
Those teachers from other schools, they aren't her coworkers, different employers, different schools.
Mm-hmm.
But they are her colleagues. They share the teaching profession. So she might say, it was great meeting fellow colleagues at the training today.
That makes perfect sense. Same profession, different workplace.
One more. Think about a hospital. A nurse works there.
Okay.
Everyone else employed by that, hospital doctors, other nurses, the admin staff, the cleaners, they're all her coworkers. Same employer.
Right. Shared workplace.
But when she thinks about her profession, her colleagues are other nurses, maybe doctors, other healthcare professionals, even if they work at a different clinic or hospital across town.
So she might say something like, I really respect my colleagues in the nursing field.
Precisely. It shows that broader professional connection.
These examples really drive it home. Context is absolutely key. But let's talk about the so what factor.
Yeah.
Why does getting this right actually matter professionally? Is it just about sounding smart?
Well, sounding precise certainly helps, but it goes a bit deeper. Misusing the terms can sometimes make you sound, well, maybe less aware of professional distinctions. Think about a job interview. Saying something generic like, I like working with my coworkers is okay, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds a bit basic.
Right. But compare that to, I really enjoy collaborating with colleagues across different departments to achieve project goals.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds much more polished, more strategic almost.
Exactly. It implies you understand collaboration beyond just your immediate team, that you see the bigger professional picture. It suggests versatility.
And I can see how it avoids confusion, especially now with global teams or complex organizations.
Definitely. And another area is formality. Imagine sending out a big announcement or an important email,
Mm-hmm.
starting it, Dear Coworkers, especially if it's going to people in different roles or maybe even different branches or affiliated companies. It can feel a bit too informal, maybe even a little exclusive or siloed.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dear Colleagues, on the other hand, feels more universally respectful and professional in those formal
It
contexts.
sets a different tone right away.
It does. And think about this confusing sentence. My coworker is a manager at another company.
Huh. Yeah, that doesn't track. How can they be your coworker if they're at another company?
Exactly. It's an oxymoron based on the definitions.
Yeah.
The correct and much clearer way to say that would be, I have a colleague who's a manager at another company.
Ah, much better. Avoids that mental scratch.
Right. Precision prevents ambiguity. So this naturally leads to a common question people ask.
Which is,
Can someone be both my coworker and my colleague?
that's a great question because it feels like sometimes they overlap. And the answer is yes, right?
Absolutely, yes. Think about someone on your immediate team. You work for the same company, so they're your coworker.
Check.
And if you also share the same profession, maybe you're both graphic designers on the marketing team, then they are also your colleague.
Okay, so they can definitely be both.
They can. Which word you choose really depends on the specific context of what you're talking about.
How so?
Well, if you're discussing, say, a team project or something specific to your company's internal dynamics, coworker might feel more natural. My coworker Dave and I are handling the presentation.
Right.
But if you're talking about industry trends or maybe attending a conference together or discussing professional development in your field, colleague might be the better fit. My colleague Dave and I are going to the design conference.
So it's about which hat you're wearing in that moment. The company hat or the profession hat.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's about the lens you're using.
Okay. What about regional differences? I feel like I hear one more than the other sometimes. Is it an American versus British English thing?
Yeah, there's a little bit of truth to that, yeah. The sources suggest coworker is generally more common in everyday American English,
Mm-hmm.
and colleague might be heard a bit more often in British English, and it's definitely favored in more formal writing, like academic papers or official communications on both sides of the pond.
But it's not hard and fast rule.
Not at all. Both words are understood and used in both places. The context of the relationship and the formality level are still the most important factors, really. Don't overthink the regional aspect too much.
Good advice.
Okay.
Okay, one last practical question that probably comes up. Is it rude to say coworker? Is it impolite?
No, not inherently rude at all. Coworker's perfectly polite.
But
It can sometimes feel a bit too casual or maybe too narrow, depending on the situation, like we mentioned with formal emails or presentations.
or interviews.
Or interviews, exactly. If you want to convey that broader professional respect, or if you're just not sure which is better, colleague is often the safer, more versatile bet, especially in writing or more formal speech.
Okay, so when in doubt, lean towards colleague for formality and broader scope.
That's a good rule of thumb. So now that we've dissected the difference, how can people listening actually, make this stick? How do they get good at using these words correctly?
Yeah, what are some practical ways to master this? The source had some really interesting ideas, didn't it?
It did. Some quite clever strategies, actually.
One I really liked was about making it personal, creating emotional examples.
Oh, yeah, that's a powerful one. Explain that.
Well, instead of just memorizing definitions, you think about actual people you know professionally. Who fits the coworker bill? Who fits colleague? Is anyone both?
Right, connecting it to real faces.
Exactly. Then you make, say, 5 sentences using those real examples from your own work life.
Yeah.
Like, my coworker Sarah in accounting helps me with expense reports, my colleague Ben at the other agency, and I often share insights about marketing trends. Or maybe my teammate Maria is both my coworker and my colleague since we're both project managers here.
That personalization makes it so much easier to recall. Your brain latches onto those real connections.
Totally. What else? There was something about shadowing.
Language shadowing, yeah.
Yeah.
This is great for fluency in general. Find videos or audio of professional speaking. Could be TED Talks, industry podcasts, interviews on YouTube.
Okay.
Listen for when they use coworker or colleague. Pause the audio and then immediately repeat the sentence they just said. Try to mimic their pronunciation, their intonation, the rhythm.
So you're literally copying how they use it in context.
Exactly. Just doing that for maybe 5 minutes a day, you'll hear phrases like, my colleagues and I published a paper, or I need to check that with a coworker in legal. And repeating them helps internalize the natural usage.
That sounds effective. Kind of like muscle memory for your mouth and brain.
It really is. Another classic tool, but with a twist.
Flashcards.
Flashcards. Okay, old school.
Yeah, but make them contextual.
Yeah.
Don't just put coworker on one side and the definition on the other.
Then put coworker on one side, and on the back write something like, someone at my company, like John from the finance team. Or colleague, someone in my field, like Dr. Evans from the university.
So you link it to a specific type of person or role again. More concrete.
Exactly. It adds a memorable anchor. The more specific and relatable, the better it sticks.
Makes sense. What about something more passive, like watching TV?
Actually, yeah. Watching shows set in workplaces can be surprisingly helpful if you pay attention.
Like what? The Office.
The Office gives you loads of coworker interactions, for sure. For more colleague usage, especially in formal settings, maybe something like Suits or Mad Men, or even medical dramas like The Good Doctor.
So you just kind of absorb it by observing the characters.
You listen for how and when they use the words. What kind of relationship or situation are they describing? It reinforces the nuances passively.
Okay, cool. And one more active strategy.
Writing. Just a tiny bit each day. Maybe commit to writing one short paragraph, like 3 sentences, about your workday using these words.
Like a mini journal entry.
Sort of. Today I worked with my coworker Lily on that report. It was challenging. Later I emailed a colleague from our UK office to get her perspective on the international angle.
Just forcing yourself to use the words in a meaningful context.
Exactly. Low pressure, but consistent practice. It builds that natural, automatic usage over time.
These are all really actionable tips. It's not just about knowing the rule, but actually integrating it.
And that integration, that mastery, it pays off in ways that go beyond just vocabulary. There are real emotional and professional benefits.
Like what? Feeling more confident?
Absolutely. No more of that awkward pausing or guessing. You just know which word fits. That breeds confidence.
And I bet it leads to being taken more seriously.
Definitely. Speaking clearly, precisely professionally, it earns respect. It signals that you pay attention to detail, that you understand professional norms.
Plus, just clearer communication overall, right? Avoiding those little misunderstandings we talked about.
For sure, clarity builds better working relationships. And that connects to the next point, stronger connections, whether it's with the people in your office, your coworkers, or those in your wider professional network, your colleagues.
And ultimately, all of this, the confidence, the respect, the clarity, the connections, it sets you up for, well, for growth, doesn't it?
It really does. It prepares you for those bigger opportunities, leading meetings, giving presentations, acing interviews, stepping into leadership roles. It's part of building your overall professional capability.
So, wrapping this up, it's clear that vocabulary, even seemingly small words like these, is actually a pretty powerful tool in the professional world.
It's your voice. And learning this distinction isn't just about memorizing definitions in a vacuum. It's about belonging, about communicating effectively, about really owning your professional identity.
That's a great way to think about it. It's about stepping up your communication game.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening to mull over.
Go for it.
Think about the week ahead. Is there one specific interaction, maybe an email you need to write, a meeting you'll be in, someone new you might meet, where you can consciously apply this coworker versus colleague distinction? Just notice how using the precise word with that newfound confidence and clarity maybe subtly changes the dynamic, or at least how you feel approaching it. Because speaking with precision and purpose, well, that's a key step towards being truly effective, maybe even unstoppable in your career journey.